Jess again here. I'm just recording my 1 week on testosterone video. Unfortunately, I don't have the great video equipment that I did last time. My friend, and I'm going to endeavor not to say 3 times per sentence. My friend isn't kind of going to be consistently around to let me use her gorgeous camera, so I borrowed her really crappy webcam. It'll get the job done until I can afford something better. So yeah, 1 week on testosterone. Definitely some changes. Not really noticeable to, I think, anybody but myself, but I think the most notable one would be the change in how I sort of perceive my masculinity. There's been a shift that I noticed almost immediately after taking my shot, and I'm not sure if it's psychosomatic or, if it's actually related to having my body reacting to the hormones themselves differently, but how to explain it? I haven't had a lot of luck explaining it to my friends, so I'm not sure I'm going to have any more luck explaining it to my camera here. But definitely I'm more in a space where I feel like I am giving my body the benefit of the doubt as far as considering it a considering my masculinity to be present physically as well as emotionally. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's just knowing that my hormone levels are different, include more male hormones, has sort of helped me build confidence in the fact that I'm okay to think of myself as a masculine being, which doesn't sound like much, but it's kind of it's helping with my dysphoria on a lot of those sort of broader levels. I feel a lot more chilled out, a lot more confident. Again, could be totally psychosomatic, but those are great things. And I almost expected, because I'd been so back and forth on this decision for so long, I'd almost expected that I would feel more stressed out about it, that changes would start, and I'd feel back and forth on them, and I'd have more of that sense that I had before starting testosterone of what the fuck am I doing, who do I think I am, that sort of thing, that I would kind of go back and forth on. So thankfully that has pretty much dissipated, and one of my main goals for starting testosterone as far as emotional changes goes was to basically move on from agonizing over gender issues and being trans and that sort of thing. So thankfully no longer agonizing, still thinking about it a great deal, but I'm just kind of excited. And speaking of being excited, I've noticed some things that might be foreshadowing changes to come. Specifically, my voice has felt on some days a little bit tighter in the higher registers. Now I smoke, and I sometimes smoke heavily, so that could just be that I've been smoking a lot, and I'm sure that I'm not going through a drastic voice change right now, but it's making me think about it, and I'm excited. I'm excited for my first real drop in my voice, and it's interesting. I mean, like, I'll wake up and I'll have like a zit, and I'll just be so excited, I'll be stoked, I'll be like, oh my god, it's definitely the testosterone, and yeah, I mean, not necessarily the testosterone, but there's certainly anything like that I know to expect from this eventually, that I see apparent on myself now is sort of just kind of psyching me up. So just like really generally excited and thrilled. It's interesting, a lot of guys talk about having more energy, and at first I thought that my energy level hadn't really changed at all, but what I'm noticing more and more is when I wake up in the morning, I've been waking up at like, sorry, trying to cut back on the ums. I've been waking up at like 7:38 every morning, and granted, I haven't been doing a lot of partying or anything, but certainly been waking up way earlier than I used to, and not with a sort of like waking up and kind of, feeling like, oh god, I guess it's the morning, I should probably get some coffee into me, but waking up and just like 7:30. Oh, okay, cool. I'm just gonna hop out of bed. I'm gonna, start my day. I may as well, and just feeling sort of well rested and like my body can carry me through the day, and that's really cool. That's, I hope, going to help me become a more productive person in general with all that new time I'll have. Right. Also, I've noticed a very subtle shift in my sex drive, and I'm not sure if that's foretelling, bigger changes to come. Well, I'm sure that it is, but I'm not sure if it's actually linked to the tea, is what I'm trying to say, or if it's just the fact that I'm feeling more confident, more in touch with my body, more present physically, because those things, I'm sure those things help with your sex drive. So, more on that to come, I'm sure. I know my last video I said that I was going to do another video right after my shot, and I didn't. My day wound up becoming, really busy and that sort of thing, so I have excuses, but what I decided on is to do, stick to at least doing a weekly update and documenting my transition that way. And that's what I'm doing today, and that's what I will continue to do. So yeah, basically I was going to mention the experience of getting my first shot, and I went to the to the doctors with my good friend Emily, and yeah, it just went really smoothly. Not a whole lot to talk about. I was really nervous because she was kind of going over the process with me, and I'm going to go back to the doctor to get my next couple of shots as well, just until I feel confident enough to do it on my own, because needles do make me a little bit nervous. But yeah, she was drawing the testosterone into this syringe for like, must have been like a full minute. She was like, it's pretty thick, so it's gonna be, it's taken a while to get into the syringe and everything. And I'm sitting there like looking at her like, oh my god, she's gonna be like plunging this shit into me for 2 minutes, and it's just gonna hurt, and there will be like shooting rays of pain out from it, just terrible fear. And she just kind of, needle went in, ow, okay, cool, and then I was like bracing for this horrible pain, and she was like, all right, so we're done. And I did the classic, really? No way. So yeah, totally great. And then, I just felt immediately a surge of superhuman strength, and like you do, and yeah, and then walked home and was just kind of generally stoked. So my next shot is on the 11th of November, and I'm really excited for it. It's interesting. One of the things I've been talking about a lot is conceptualizing things that I put into my body, like food or intoxicants or anything else I might kind of consume on a daily basis, and thinking about it like picturing the shot of testosterone, like, okay, it's going into my body, it's gonna do all these things, I'm gonna feel different for a couple hours, and then it's gonna wear off. And it's just interesting reconceptualizing that and thinking, no, actually, this is going to continue to work in my system for the next 10 to 12 days, and then I'm going to go in for my next shot. It's a consistent process. So I thought it's really cool thinking about it that way. It really helps me kind of not get too panicky about the changes happening right away. I get a little like, God, I want them to happen right now. I can't wait 2 weeks for my voice to drop, whatever. And certainly not as bad as I was before the shot. Now I'm just kind of chilling out and I'm more excited, and conceptualizing it that way really helps me just go, I'm just generally excited, very low stress, and yeah. So also I had supper with my parents the other day, and I was planning on coming out to them. Didn't. Chickened out. I'm thinking of writing a letter. Not sure yet, but I figure I should get on that soon. So hopefully by my next update, I will have come out to them, and I'll have some news to report on the coming out process. But yeah, I mean, everybody else in my life knows. My brother knows, and everybody in my community has taken it so well. I'm in a really great spot for this, but like a really queer community, a few other trans people in it already, and in a town that's really not that big, so I'm really lucky to have like the variety of people around me that I do. Anyways, hopefully that follows suit and goes smoothly as well, and then I'll simply have no worries in the world, and that'll be great. But yeah, I I do believe that that's pretty much it. So that's it for me today. I'm going to be posting another video that's not a weekly update, I think. That's just when I figured out how to use this friggin' webcam. I kind of goofed off with someone, so hopefully that's as funny to everybody else as it is to me. Anyways, rambling now. So yeah, I hope everybody has a great week, and I'll check in with you guys soon. Okay, bye.